color coded. Next page. Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening. I'm Richard Lucas, the principal of Windber Area High School. I'd like to welcome all that have joined us tonight at Windber Stadium for the Windber Area High School graduation ceremony for the class of 2019. I would be remiss if I did not take a moment to thank the following groups of individuals for the continued and appreciated efforts. Thank you to the Board of School Directors of the Windber Area School District. Your cooperative efforts to bring the educational vision of our community provides each of our students with the premier education that they deserve. Thank you to Mr. Joseph Kimmel, our superintendent. The leadership you bring to our district each day provides valuable guidance that allows for our staff to develop such outstanding young people, which includes those that we are honoring this evening. Thank you. Thank you to the staff of the Windber Area School District. Your unrivaled love and compassion for the children that attend our schools is evident in each of the students who we'll recognize this evening. You've truly done an outstanding job of preparing these students for their futures. Above all, thank you to the parents and loved ones of these outstanding young people. Each and every day, good or bad, sunny or raining, you urge them to head off to school. You shared your most precious possession with us. You trusted us and supported your children each and every day in the many ways necessary to get them to this special day. You were there for them to congratulate them when things went right and to console them when they didn't. You are appreciated, as this day does not happen unless you determine it will someday. Tirelessly, you did just that, and here we are, honoring the Windber Area High School class of 2019 on their graduation night. To the class of 2019, during your senior banquet, I shared with you many of my cherished memories of my time with you as a class. The experiences that we had together will remain with me the rest of my life. I cannot begin to demonstrate the pride I felt for our Greater Johnstown Career and Tech Center students as I watched them honored at their awards presentation last week. I watched that members of this senior class were honored that day for being the best students in their field of any student in their trade from all 7 sending school districts that comprise the GJCTC. I was also so proud to see one of our own Ramblers be awarded the director's pin that evening. These were truly some of my proudest moments as an educator. Every class of seniors shares some similarities with those that have preceded them. But the truly memorable classes are the ones that distinguish themselves from everyone else before them. This class that we honor this evening is truly special and is so very distinguished in its own unique and wonderful ways. You will go down in my career as my blue ribbon class, achieving academic successes that are rarely seen in any class of students and have distinguished our school at a national level. On a personal note, I have 3 children of my own, and as a father, I can only wish that they grow to become as outstanding young people as each one of you. We're truly honored to have you as both students and very soon alumni of our high school. Tonight, on the evening of your graduation from our high school, I get the blessed experience of now sharing in your final moments as a student at Windber Area High School. While I'm so very proud of each and every one of you and all that you have accomplished, gave of yourselves, endured, and overcome during your time here at Windber, I'd be untruthful if I did not tell you this moment's also some bittersweet for me. When this ceremony concludes, I'll say goodbye to some of the most remarkable and amazing young people that I've ever had the opportunity to get to know. Every day I spent with this wonderful group of students was a blessing, as they truly are one of the most influential groups of students upon their school community that I've had the honor to get to know. However, I must temper my sadness to see them move on, to focus instead on the terrific futures that lie before them. So many talented people headed in so many different directions. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the various directions they've chosen for themselves. Would the students in the class of 2018 who've chosen to serve their country please stand and remain standing at this time? Would any student who intends to attend a four-year university please stand and join them at this time? Those that are planning to seek employment and immediately join our valuable workforce, please join them. Now I ask that students planning to attend community college, please stand and join the group also. Would any student intending to attend a technical or vocational school join your classmates and stand as well? It's humbling to me, all these dreams and futures that are beginning today. As one chapter concludes, with so many more become reality. Please be seated again. To the class of 2019, I wish you prosperity in your health, distinction in your citizenship, and continued success in all that you embark upon. I thank you for the opportunity to share the past 4 years together. It's truly been my honor to have had the opportunity to be your principal. In closing, if there's ever any way that I personally can help you out or lend a hand as you move forward in life, feel free to, in the immortal words of Michael Scott, manager of the Scranton branch of Dunder Mifflin Paper Company, call me ASAP as possible. At this time, it's my honor to invite Mr. Tim Tokarski, School Board President, to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lucas. Every year, I am honored and privileged to have the opportunity to speak to the students of a graduating class. Every few years, it's a special occasion because I have a child who's part of, I guess I can't call her a child anymore, but I have a member of this graduating class. So I can look at this class and recognize that probably half of them have slept in my living room, partied out on the fireplace out back, and a few of you killed some chickens, I'm pretty sure. So class of 2019, I'm going to address you directly. Listen very closely to me. Tonight, I am your fortune teller. I'm your prognosticator. I am your Nostradamus. Here's my crystal ball. Now, I know it looks like the soccer ball that's missing from the gymnasium this morning, Mr. Slackoff, but it's not. This is actually a crystal ball, and I'm going to use this to project our future. Bear with me. Here's my vision. I speak only the truth tonight, and I have a very important message for you. It's a message that many of you have never been told. And that message is, you are going to fail when you leave here. What? Am I really telling you that you're going to fail? Yes. You're going to fail early, you're going to fail often, and for your entire life, which is just about to begin after tonight. But here's the thing about failing. It can be a wonderful, a humbling, and a tremendous character-building experience for you. I promise you, you'll learn more about yourself, more useful information will come from an epic failure than anything you'll experience in 10 successes. Now, up until this point in your life, most of you have experienced success after success. You've aced a test, you've won a game, you've played well in a performance. The fact that you're about to successfully graduate tonight lays proof to this claim. You're a success story. But some of you have failed a test, missed a shot, and lost the game for your team, played the wrong note, the wrong key, at the absolute wrong time in an otherwise good performance. You failed. And that's the moment you'll forever remember. It's that moment and how you continue to react to it that will define you as a person in life. Now, our dedicated staff here at Windber are very proud of you. Look out into the audience. They are here to celebrate with you the culmination of your combined effort to gain knowledge critical to your lifelong success. This group here, they care about you very deeply, and they want nothing but the best for you. This is your school. We will always be here for you. This audience out here on the stadium is filled with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Your parents or guardians want you to exceed their success. They want you to succeed where they have failed. They want you to have an even better life for yourself. And that doesn't mean making money. It means being healthy, being happy, being content with yourself in your station in life. Now, your upcoming failures will sometimes be humiliating. They can be humbling. They can be lonely. They will be difficult. You will experience prejudice. You will experience bullying. It will sometimes be wrapped up in an ugly package that may seem unbearable at times. But know that we've all been there. We have all failed, and we continue to fail. I think it was in a Rocky movie. I'm not sure which one, because there was like 12 of them. You know, who knows? Rocky 12. Anyway, Rocky told someone in that movie, it was either his son or Apollo Creed's son, that life, like fighting, isn't about getting knocked down, but about how you get up. It's about overcoming failure. You can do this. You can overcome life's failures. Just get up after you fall. Now, you've been a really great group of kids. Parents, thank you for trusting these beautiful children to our watch. It has been our pleasure to educate them. May God bless each and every one of you. Good luck and best wishes. Thank you.
At this time, it is my honor to invite Kaylin Thompson, President of the 2019 senior class of Windber Area High School, to the podium to speak.
Good evening, family, friends, teachers, administrators, and students. And thank you for allowing me to welcome you to the graduating ceremony of Windber Area High School's class of 2019. My name is Kaylin Thompson, and I am the senior class president of this year's graduating class. 7 years of elementary school, 3 years of middle school, and 4 years of high school. We have spent many years together, in and out of Windber High. Who can forget the year we spent at Greater Johnstown Career and Technology Center? Freshman year, I was sitting where you are, watching the senior class of 2016 graduate. As my friends and I listened to the moving speakers reflect on their past years of school, my friend Taylor leaned over to me. She told me that no matter what, she expected me to speak at graduation. Now, 3 full years later, and we're here. That day only feeling like yesterday. And for those of you wondering, Taylor is now taking up a job as a psychic. What I'm saying is, cherish your time. Whether it be your first day of middle school or the first day at your very new job, cherish it. Because in what will feel like one simple moment, it will be gone. To some of us, freshman year may seem light years away and feel like a tucked away memory. But to some of you sitting with me tonight, you still remember the feeling of walking through the doors on your very first day of high school. What it felt like to be out of middle school and in a completely different environment. High school, as always, came with ups and downs for all of us. In saying that, I commend every single one of you here sitting with me this evening for completing your high school career. In a generation where it is seen as easier to drop out than to hit the ground running, I can say with pride that you have all shown your best efforts. Life isn't about being better than the person next to you or fulfilling some predetermined destiny that someone else has laid out for you. It's about doing what makes you happy and being the best person you are capable of being. Don't spend your life making others happy because that's what society wants you to do. You do you, and I can guarantee you will be more successful in that than anything else. I can confidently say that because of my years at Windber, side by side with my closest friends, I am who I am today. Life is full of material achievements and statistical benchmarks, but it is truly those individuals who help you reach those moments. Trophies collect dust, certificates fade away, and medals turn to rust, but the memories you make along the way are something that you can't trade in for a monetary value. It's a priceless experience, something that will stick with you for the rest of your life, ultimately defining who you are and who you ought to be. Without the push from the staff helping us to reach our highest achievements and the guidance from our friends as we hit our lowest points, the past 4 years would not have been as memorable. I would like to take the chance to thank the teaching staff for never failing to extend a struggling hand to a student and for always being a group of adults we could count on. Without you, there would be no Windber education to gain. When it comes to Windber education, some would consider it pretty unique, and not in a bad way, of course. Each and every one of you sitting here with me this evening has had the chance to take in as much knowledge as you saw fit. Classes ranging from advanced placement and dual enrollment all the way to 24 different art classes and 10 different performing arts and music classes are offered to the students at Windber. With this diversity, we have not only expanded our horizons upon multiple planes, but we have also developed into a well-rounded class. Tonight with us, we have college-bound individuals, workforce employees, servicemen and women. We have district champions, 1,000-point and rebound scorers, and state finalists. We have future lawyers, orthodontists, doctors, nurses, politicians, and surgeons. The future, ladies and gentlemen, your future is sitting in front of you tonight. And I am proud to say that it looks very bright. During our years in high school, we have been privileged to hold many achievements as a class. The marching band won their first ever TOB Atlantic Coast Championship this fall. The forensics, TSA, and archery teams have advanced numerous individuals to regional, state, and national championships. The girls' varsity soccer team successfully completed a three-peat of District 5 championship, holding the title for 3 consecutive years. we introduced the first ever diversity club to the Windber Area School District. This year, Windber Drama Club housed Susical the Musical. Majorettes were the TIA Atlantic Coast Open Class champions all 4 years. The girls varsity basketball team won the Westpac Championship this year and made a second straight appearance in the District 5 Final and PIAA State Tournament. And we have graduated over 20 students from Greater Johnstown Career and Technology Center. We have big shoes to fill, that's for sure. But pride yourself in that, and never forget your achievements as you grow older. The farther you get in life, the less these will seem important, but it is always nice to have something to remind you that you are in fact good enough. That can be hard to remember sometimes. College, the service, and the workforce won't always be easy, and there will be times where you feel like giving up. When that happens, I ask you to think back to this moment, how you feel eagerly waiting for your chance to walk for your diploma, the accomplished feeling you all have knowing that you have finally completed high school. But this moment, though it may be the biggest moment of your life thus far, will soon become a memory, free of greater accomplishments and more successes in your future. In the same light, though, you will also have many more failures and setbacks. If anything, continually think back to how you feel in this moment. Let that fuel your fire to do bigger and better things and overcome whatever strife you may be facing. Strive for greatness. You all have the potential to reach it. Tonight, as we sit together collectively for one last time, I ask you to think about our history. For some of us, we've been together since birth. For others, we've had the privilege to form lifelong bonds over the course of our school careers. As our high school years come to a close tonight, I ask you to not forget your history. The memories we have made with each other between the walls of our school will always flow through our veins. As years pass and we begin to mold our own lives away from here, this place will always be home. No matter how far we travel, who we become, or how we succeed, home will always be here with open arms to welcome us. After 18 years, it is finally our time to branch out and make our own pathways in lives. I want to leave you with 2 words that Mr. Berkey told me at the end of junior year. Keep fighting. Up until this point, we've had it fairly easy, but now it's up to us to decide how our lives go. As Leslie Knope once said, one person's annoying is another's inspiring and heroic. So, if you take anything away from tonight, I ask you to remember 3 things. Hold your ground, be proud, and most of all, keep fighting. Once again, congratulations to you all, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you, Kaylin. This time, it's my honor to invite Connor Page, President of the National Honor Society, to the podium to speak.
Good evening, family and friends of the Windber Area High School class of 2019. My name is Connor Page, the 2018-19 President of the Windber National Honor Society. To begin, I want to thank you all for coming out here and showing support for your children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, friends, and the rest of the Windber class of 2019 as we all take the first step of continuing the rest of our lives. I knew for just over a year that I would have to prepare a speech for graduation, yet I did not start writing this until just a month before. I mean, I have created about 10 documents on my computer throughout the year with only an introduction written, but none of them were actually completed. The reason it took me so long to write what I'm about to say is not because I procrastinated. Rather, it is because I did not want this moment to come. I wanted to graduate, but I didn't and don't want to say goodbye. What you just heard was an introduction I found typed on my computer as part of rough draft number 11. I never expected this moment to be so difficult, as everybody goes through it at some point. The craziest part about graduating is that I don't feel like it's actually happening. I feel like at any second I'm going to wake up in my bed as if this entire year was just a really long and really amazing dream. I still cannot comprehend that this is the last time I will be with every member of my class. This school, this town, and this group of students has taught me so much about life and about myself that there is no way I could ever repay them. I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for them. This time last year, the end of our junior year, it began to set in for most of us that this day was coming, and coming fast. In August, when senior year officially started, we knew that in no time, it'd be the end of May or early June, and we'd be sitting side by side with our peers, just like we've done for the past 13 years of our lives. It seems like yesterday that I was sitting on the bus on my way to the first day of kindergarten, waving through a window as my parents disappeared from my view. Now I stand before you, wearing a cap and gown, looking at my family in the audience, and my mom with the faculty, ready to finish this chapter of my life and continue writing the rest of my story. One of my teachers recently shared a passage with me from one of his favorite books, and I wanted to share it with all of you today. It reads, "You are part of a beautiful story, but chapter 1 is not your first memory. The first word in the story was written a long, long time ago. And you are only in the story for a few short pages, but in these pages, you get to decide how the story goes. Over time, you will play every character in the story. You will love and be loved. You will hate and be hated. You will be cruel and you will be kind. You will start young, and if you are lucky, you will be old when it ends. Everyone you meet along the way is just someone at a different point in their story, so be patient and kind. But don't let anyone tell you how your story should go. Only you know how your story goes. And when the pages are over, don't be sad or angry. The wind does not stop being the wind when it stops blowing, and a wave does not stop being a wave when it crashes against the shore. A story does not stop being a story when you turn the page. It's time we all turn the pages in our own stories and begin writing the newest chapter of our lives. I look behind me at all of the faces that I've spent countless hours with over the years, and I no longer see students. Instead, I see lawyers, doctors, nurses, military personnel, mechanics, engineers, actors, and countless other professionals waiting for their time to make a lasting impact on the world. I just want you all to know that you have impacted every single one of the lives around you in one way or another, and each of you has played a critical role in the development of the character, personality, and accomplishments of this class and the individuals in it. Kaylin named a number of accomplishments this class has earned, but the number of things that makes the class of 2019 special is infinite, so I just wanted to share an additional few. To start off, the class of 2019 is, for lack of a better word, really hot. And by that, I mean this was the first year we were dismissed early from school for extreme heat. A quarter of us are also responsible for the disappearance of our class pet in the 3rd grade, and we, or actually I, survived a great fall down an entire flight of stairs at Votech during sophomore year. As mentioned earlier this evening, this year, our marching band won the Atlantic Coast Championship competition for the first time in school history. I was a member of that group, and we competed against over 20 of the best marching bands with 60 members or less from 7 states. Some groups, as I said, had 60 members. We had 22. Windber had the smallest marching band at the competition, and we came out on top. I think that shows just how special this school and its students are. It's no secret that we are a small school that, to the rest of the world, is simply somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Yet we never fail to have championship-winning sports teams, to have students, including many sitting behind me, representing Windber on the state and even national levels in various sports and activities. One of my teachers always said that Windber is so special because our school accomplishes things that schools like us aren't supposed to do. We beat the odds and exceed expectations in nearly every extracurricular and academic standard that exists. It is because of this that I know the people behind me are going to change the world. I would now like to share a few personal thank yous to the friends and family members that have helped me through my educational journey so far. Mom, thank you for always making sure I did all of my homework and for helping me study. Thank you for driving Grandma and my brothers to every single band competition and for shouting "We're always ready" when we walked on the field. Thank you for supporting me in everything I do. Dad, thank you for always pretending to help me with math homework, even though you had to take algebra twice. Kendall, I wasn't going to write this in, but you told me about 30 times that I better mention your name at least once during my speech. You're welcome. But in all seriousness, thank you for always being willing to talk when I needed someone to talk to, and for just being you. Riley, thank you for being both my brother and my friend throughout everything, especially during musical and forensics. And Garrett, thank you for telling me that you look up to me because you encouraged me to be the best version of myself. Emily, thank you for always hugging me in the hallway and for telling me that you love me, and I love you too. And to the band kids, thank you for all of the game nights, song-filled bus rides, pre-competition traditions, and for the countless other memories that I will cherish for years to come. I wish I could thank more people, but I don't want this speech to go on forever. This past month of school, almost every day one of my best friends would come up to me and hug me almost in tears. Every time I would ask her what was wrong, and she would say, "You're leaving me, and I don't want you to leave me." And yes, I am leaving, but so are all of us, and I just want you to know that even though we are going to be miles apart, and we may forget some of our memories together, we will always be a part of each other. Who I am is made up of every interaction I've had in my life, and each of you are a part of that. I am carrying each and every one of you inside me in some way because of how you impacted me. Although we may be going our separate ways, we will always be a part of each other, and because of that, we can never leave each other. A few weeks ago at our senior banquet, our principal, Mr. Lucas, said that he has never had a group of students who acted so much like a family. As he said that, I looked around the room at everyone sitting there, and I can honestly say that there wasn't a single person in that hall that I didn't love. I don't want to say goodbye to you guys, but I have to. And not only do I need to say goodbye, but I need to thank you as well. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you have done for me, this school, this community, and for each other. To close, I would like to share a quote from the musical Wicked that I feel accurately expresses my emotions toward this evening. It reads, "It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. And now, whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine. I don't know if I've been changed for the better, but because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Thank you all, and I love you."
Thank you, Connor. At this time, it's my honor to invite Morgan Weaver, President of our High School Student Council, to the podium to speak.
Good evening. My name is Morgan Weaver, and I have had the pleasure of holding the position of Student Council President for the class of 2019. I would first like to thank all of the parents, family members, friends, teachers, administrators, staff, and anyone who has helped us throughout our journey thus far. You have molded us into the young men and women that we have become. We truly appreciate all that you do for us, and we hope to make you all proud. The butterfly effect is the idea that one minuscule event, such as a butterfly flapping its wings, has an effect on the outcome of events in the future. We make decisions every day, and these decisions affect more than just ourselves. A single human action can provoke multiple outcomes that have the possibility of influencing things far beyond what was initially intended. Although our lives may seem small and insignificant, the choices we make today will become the future of our world. There are 4 stages in the life cycle of the monarch butterfly: the egg, the larva, the pupa, and the butterfly. These stages of life are essential to a caterpillar undergoing metamorphosis. And each year, these monarch butterflies hatch 4 complete generations, with the final one prepared to take a long journey. Just like butterflies, we have stages of life that contribute to our journey from adolescence to adulthood. Our schooling first began 14 years ago, and at that time, we were just little kids who had big dreams. We admired the high schoolers and had aspirations of filling their shoes. Anything and everything seemed possible to us. Essentially, we were like the eggs of a butterfly, tiny creatures who had not yet realized the magnitude of their potential. But soon we hatched and began to grow into young boys and girls. We were now starting to make new friends and discover our interests. Then, before we knew it, we were in the dreaded middle school phase, or as the butterflies like to call it, the pupa. During this stage, the caterpillar forms a chrysalis in which it resides for several weeks while it transforms into its mature state. Quite honestly, I think we all wish that we could have spun our own cocoons in this part of our lives. Middle school was a time to invent yourself, which basically means that they were the most embarrassing and awkward years along our journey. But monarch butterflies live in their cocoons for a significant portion of their lives for a reason. They spend weeks preparing for their maturation from a little caterpillar to a magnificent butterfly. Throughout our high school years, we have worked tirelessly with the aim of reaching graduation day. And now we are finally here, sitting together as the class of 2019. As a high school student, it is hard to imagine life past the confines of our school walls. But now we have finally emerged from our cocoons as transformed young men and women. Life is one beautiful adventure, and for us, it is just beginning. We have only really seen ourselves as students, and what real difference can one student make? It turns out that we have a much greater influence than we give ourselves credit for. Over the course of 4 years, our class has achieved an overwhelming amount of success. The Drama Club performed 4 outstanding musicals. In total, the marching band, majorettes, and forensics team have won 8 championships. Our track, softball, basketball, and soccer teams have contributed to 7 district championship titles and 10 Westpac championship titles. The class council, National Honor Society, and student council have worked continuously to serve the Windber community. We have all been able to give back through our volunteer efforts and host several events. Academically, our class has led our school to win multiple Blue Ribbon Awards, and therefore proven our school to be one of the best not only in Pennsylvania, but in the nation. These accomplishments have only scratched the surface of what seems to be a never-ending list of our successes. In the moment, we did not realize just how big our influence was. But in the words of Alan Turing, sometimes it is the people no one can imagine anything of who do the things no one can imagine. In hindsight, I hope you all can see what a difference we have made and the legacy that we have left. Even though our lives may seem trivial, the butterfly effect proves that each one of us has the ability to create change within our school, our community, our nation, and our world. We are all from the small town of Windber, Pennsylvania, and although coming from a small town may be viewed as a disadvantage by some, it is truly a privilege. It has enabled us to form connections with our community that few others can say they have. It has given us the opportunity to use our talents to represent our hometown while allowing us to develop our ambition. It has taught us the importance of attaining a greater understanding of others in order to mold our community into a more empathetic and altruistic place. Everything we have accomplished in our high school careers has had an impact on our small town in one way or another. That impact is what fosters Windber pride. Throughout the rest of our lives, as we spread our wings on the winds of the world, we will not simply be Windber graduates. We will be young men and women who integrate Windber pride into every aspect of our lives, and therefore, young men and women who are destined for greatness. On a more personal note, I would like to directly address the class of 2019, who are my peers, my classmates, my friends, and most importantly, my family. Even after traveling nearly 4,000 miles, monarch butterflies return to the place where they originated. They return home. There is no doubt in my mind that each one of you will go on to pursue your aspirations and achieve great things. It is inevitable that our different paths will pull us in different directions. We will spread our wings and travel far from our small town. So I ask you to please remember where you started. Remember your family, your friends, your teachers. Remember the memories that you made and the people who have impacted you. But most importantly, remember that we are a family. When the stress and chaos of adulthood consume your mind, remember that there are 90 people who are navigating life just like you. And those 90 people will always have your back and support you because they are your family. As the 4th generation of monarch butterflies migrates across North America, we too are about to take flight on our own journeys into the world. I am so grateful to have been a part of each of your journeys, and I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. Everybody take a second and join me in thanking all 3 of our speakers again. At this time, we're going to ask that Dr. Jason Hicks, our middle school principal, come to the podium to assist me in the awarding of our salutatorian and valedictorian for the class of 2019.
Good evening. Class rank has been formulated as of June 3rd and is based upon weighted percentage class ranking of academic averages for senior class of 2019 in grades 9 through 12. It is my honor to announce that this year's salutatorian with the final class ranking of number 2 is Meredith Tokarski. With a final class ranking of number 1, the valedictorian for the class of 2019 at Windber Area High School is Connor Page. Congratulations to Meredith and Connor on their outstanding achievements.
As principal of the high school, I deem it an honor to be afforded the privilege to present to the Windber Area School District Board of Education our candidates this evening for receipt of their Windber Area High School diploma. I hereby certify that the names of the individuals that I will announce have satisfactorily completed a planned course of study for graduation from Windber Area High School as prescribed by the Windber Area School District Board of Education and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania's Department of Education. Parents, you're invited to come to the area down at the track to take pictures when your child's row is being recognized to receive their diplomas. We ask that you please hold your applause, though, until the entire row has received their diplomas. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present the candidates of the class of 2019. First row, please rise. First row being presented by the President of our Board of School Directors, Tim Tokarski. By request, being presented by Crystal Smith, Kaylin Elizabeth Thompson. Being presented by request by Mr. Bob Lane, Connor Scott Page. Being presented by request by Ms. Julie Abel, Morgan Elizabeth Weaver. Also being presented by request by Ms. Julie Abel, Casey Darren Costler. Being presented by request by Mr. Robert Culp, Hope Alexandra Biddleman. Next, Alexis Ann Adamczyk. Lillian Jade Bigler. Antonio Paul Campitel. Emily Lynn Bahort. Zachary Scott Denk. Kristen Ann Horner. Meredith Lindsay Tokarski. Row 1, please be seated. Row 2, please rise. Row 2 being presented by School Board Member Barry Hostetler. By special request being presented by Ms. Amanda Manippo, Michaela Ann Kaminsky. Also being presented by request by Ms. Amanda Manippo, Hannah Sean Vogel. Being presented by request by Mr. Joseph Podreberic, Jenna Rose D'Agostino. Being presented by our mother, Jennifer Carney, Caitlin Adela Carney. Being presented by request by Mrs. Kim Moynihan, Julia Nicole Woodley. Being presented next, Brooke Nicole Elliott. Nathan Fasonic. Being presented by request by School Board Member Connor McCahey, Aubrey Jean Gehagen. Alex M. Horwitz. Emily Marie Kiefer. Tyler Stephen Napora. Olivia Grace Ott. Dale Jacob Strelitz. Row 2, please be seated. Row 3, please rise. Being presented by request by Ms. Cassie Thomas, Veda Grace Piscatella. Also being presented by request by Ms. Cassie Thomas, Megan Rose Soshnick. Being presented by request by Mr. Scott McLean, Matthew Roosevelt Fisher. Being presented by request by Lorraine Hissong, Madison Page Leonardis. Being presented by request by Mrs. Tiffany Young, Jenna Marie Neary. Being presented by our mother, Mrs. Jennifer York, Emma Hope York. being presented by our mother, Kelly Byer, Ashley Marie Byer. Being presented by School Board Member Susan Layton, Attican J. Adamczyk. Chase Coleman Bassett. Michael Joseph Vukovic. Landon D. Guyton. Thomas James Hannick. Being presented by his mother, Mrs. Susan Layton, Jeremy Layton. Row 3, please be seated. Row 4, please rise. Row 4 will be presented by School Board Member Connell McCahey. By request, being presented by Robert Christner, Stephen Edward Vukovic. By request, being presented by Mrs. Jamie Crum, Miranda M. Kenno. Being presented by request by Mr. Joseph Podrebert, Logan J. Goulash. Being presented by request by Mrs. Christine Hudak, Leanne Victoria Lafredo. being presented by School Board Member Connell McCahey. Joshua Berkey. Julian Lucas Chahovsky. Luke M. Dahl. Abigail Louise Esch. Aaron Jamie Fox. Savannah Mae Gibson. Carl Alexander Godin. Brittany Nicole Hankinson. Angel M. Helbig. Row 4, please be seated. Row 5, please rise. Row 5 being presented by School Board Member Steve Cormanic. By special request, our first 5 here will be presented by Mrs. Tiffany Young. Taylor Nicole Hodgson. Courtney Lynn Horner. Caitlin Ann Kaiser. Kylie Marie Leibarger. Cheyenne Louise Papinchet. Being presented by Mr. Stephen Cormanic, Seth David Horwitz. Ryan Richard Hubler. Bailey Allen Jones. Nicholas Connect. Hope Elizabeth Livingood. Tyler Lee McCoy. Gavin Alexander Miller. Chase Oaks. Row 5, please be seated. Row 6, please rise. Row 6 being presented by School Board Member Mr. Barry Hostetler. Lydia Chase Hammond. Being presented at request by Mr. Robert Lane, Grace Elizabeth Munoz. Being presented by our father, Bailey Lynn Roxby. Being presented a request by Ms. Julie Abel, Anastasia May Sobieski. Being presented by Mr. Barry Hostetler, Laura Ashley Patonic. Zachary Carson Petrunak. Kayla Beth Pierce. Seth R. Popovich. Zachary John Pritt. Michael Ross. Logan Scott Rommel. Seth A. Saloni. Abby Louise Sherry. Row 6, please be seated. Row 7, please rise. Row 7 being presented by School Board Member Mrs. Valerie Wojcik. By request, being presented by Mr. Andy Single, Paul Matthew Whitaker. Being presented by request by Mr. Joseph Podreberic, Kyle W. Yoder. Nicole Shaheda. Kylie Marie Sisko. Nicholas Alexander Stasiak. Haley Luann Stigers. Brianna Marie Swope. Andrew Jordan Walsh. Danielle Marie Walukas. Selena Ariana Woodley. Jacob John Yost. As you've been awarded your diploma, I offer you now the opportunity to turn your tassel from the right to the left in preparation for your certification and confirmation as graduates of the class of 2019. At this time, I invite Mr. Joseph Kimmel, Superintendent of Schools, and Mr. Tim Tokarski, President of the Windber Area School District School Board, to the podium.
Mr. Tokarski and all present this evening, as a commissioned officer of the state of Pennsylvania, I certify to you as President of the Windber Area School District Board of Directors and to all in attendance that this graduating class have met all the requirements set forth by the Department of Education and the Windber Area School District. Congratulations and God bless.
Class of 2019, please stand. By the power vested in me as President of the Windber Area School District Board of Education and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I do hereby confer upon you the title of graduate. Congratulations.
At this time, please join me in saluting the 2019 graduating class of Windber Area High School.